Hello, free spirits. Welcome back. I hope you are doing very well. Today we're going to talk about how to make our voices be heard while still remaining humble and simple. At some point in our lives, we reach certain knowledge, certain confidence, and certain wisdom, and we feel that we are ready to share that with the world. If you are one of the people who feels that you are inspired, that you have a lot of creativity, this is all an expression of consciousness. So don't be shy, right? Don't be shy in sharing your story, in sharing your message with people. This day and age where we have social media, which are free platforms, this is actually an expression of consciousness also that is allowing us to share, communicate, and connect to each other around the world to millions and millions of people. So as you know, this can be used for negative things like bullying or attacking people, but it also can be used for very positive things and to send a very positive message to people who want to hear it. As expression of consciousness ourselves, we are not a competition for anyone, and nobody is a competition for ourselves. We are all here with a unique experience, with a unique message and a mission or a life purpose. So if I have a similar message than you have, you are not a competition and I am not a competition. We are in a very similar path. So it would be very nice if we learn to support each other, to elevate each other. You don't necessarily have to do anything, but at least you can listen or you can support your friends and relatives with their message if it resonates with you. It is much better to come from a perspective of we are all connected to each other and we are all supporting each other in this life. There is a way where we can express or put our message out there to the public without sounding too cocky or too pushy or too much in the public light. Because it is true that sometimes it's too much information. Everybody has a message, everybody has an opinion, and that is fine, right? But we also don't want to be crossing boundaries. Another thing that I have learned over the years is to come up with a paragraph or 2 or 3 sentences that briefly and clearly explain what you do. This is sometimes called an elevator pitch. And it's a short description of your credentials, your work, your mission, whatever you want to convey. You are distinguishing yourself from the millions of other people who maybe are doing the same thing you are doing. So every time you meet someone or every time you have a voice in a platform on social media, it is good to have a clear and consistent message about what you do. One of the skills that I learned working with attorneys and working as an attorney myself was to be more extrovert and to express my position in life, right? Without sounding too arrogant or giving too much information. Because people have an attention span that is very short. And sometimes people ask you, what do you do? What is your work? And you have to be ready to differentiate between people who are ready for a deep answer or a more extended explanation of what you do, and people who are just asking just to make casual conversation, but they are not really interested in what you do. People always ask, what do you do? What do you do for a living? What is your work? And you can briefly answer and then wait for the person to ask you more questions. So that is an indication that they are really interested in knowing more. I encourage you to listen to your inner voice. Are you ready to talk to the public about what you do? Do you feel confident enough to put your message out there? Do you have that instinctual creativity, that drive to convey your message? And do you have clarity in what is that message? When we convey our message to people, we remain humble when we do it not from a place of ego or competition, but from a genuine place of certainty, of having clarity. What is your mission in life? What is your life purpose? What is your goal? And what are the skills and abilities that you were born with and that you develop over the years? Even if you are a young person, you can be very well developed in your knowledge and your skills. The way we remain humble is remembering that we are not speaking from the ego, right? We are not competing with others. We are not overselling ourselves. And of course, we never lie or misinterpret our skills or our abilities, right? So another good tip when you convey your message is to never exaggerate. So it's better to lower expectations of people and not use words like I'm an expert. So it's a very delicate balance, right? So you want to not be shy, you want to be genuine, tell the truth about yourself, speak for yourself, be your best advocate, but also remain very truthful for you and for the public. So sometimes it's good to approach advisors in your field. How do you call yourself when you have 30 years of experience in this field? Am I ready, in your opinion, to be called an experienced or an expert in my field? But at the same time, don't let people tell you that you cannot do something. As long as you are being genuine and truthful to yourself and to others, sometimes when you approach people and ask them, some people are going to try to limit you because they have limitations themselves. So that's why I wanted to bring you this message and these recommendations that I have myself explored. I have talked to a lot of people. I have tried to be very careful about how I present myself and what do I say about my progress, my life mission, my message, and make my voice be heard when I felt that I was ready for that. So you have to put things in a balance, evaluate all the recommendations, and be very honest with yourself, very genuine and truthful, and then slowly use your skills and abilities and form the message you want to convey to the people. Always listen to your inner voice, right? Based on all these recommendations, always listen to that inner voice. If you have an instinct and you have a good message or a good skill or solid knowledge that you can convey to others and you think it may help other people, give it a try. Right? Start talking about it. Start forming a group, an organization, an association. Even on Facebook, you can form groups for free. Remember that we are all expressions of nature, of consciousness. And if life wants you to express yourself, it's going to happen. It's going to happen very naturally. Even when there is a learning curve, if it is your mission to be more of a public person and be more open in public speaking and conveying a message or a teaching, life is going to help you. The universe is going to help you and support you for that to happen. And one more thing before we finish is that keep in mind that even if you have a wonderful message, a wonderful service or teaching, even then, your message is not going to be for everyone. And that is perfectly fine. It is all in divine order. Not everybody is going to listen to your message. Not everybody is going to respond. Not everybody is going to relate to what you're saying. Don't worry about that. Don't worry too much about having followers or likes. If it happens organically and slowly. Nothing good can happen from an artificial growth. It's much better to go slow, to be genuine, to be patient, and to listen to these inner consciousness and universal consciousness that is expressing through you, and just follow that voice. Whoever is ready to hear your unique message, whatever you have to offer, it's gonna happen. The universe is gonna make it happen. I hope this is very helpful and it helps you in your growth. If you are wanting to grow more in your skills and abilities, you can always subscribe to this channel if you find it helpful. And as always, take care of yourselves, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video.